almost walked away from everything I believed. Stood at the edge of faith, wondering if I should leave. Tired of praying prayers that seemed to hit the ceiling. Tired of trusting God when I wasn't seeing the feeling. Any evidence that he would listen to my cries. Any proof that he was there behind the silent skies. I gave him everything and watched my life fall apart. Started questioning if he really cared about my heart. The church that just had faith, but faith felt like a lie. When I watched my mother suffer, watched her slowly die. Where was the healing God? Where were the miracles? All I got was silence and some spiritual principles that didn't pay my bills or take away my pain. Didn't stop the heartbreak or the tears that felt like rain. So I packed up my Bible, said I think I'm done with this. Cause following Jesus led me to an empty abyss. Or so I thought, in my anger and my grief, I couldn't see that he was there even in my unbelief. Hey, I blame him for all my losses, for the prayers he didn't answer, for the doors that stay closed while I watched my life turn to cancer. I was bitter, I was broken, I was ready to let go of a faith that seemed to promise but delivered only no. I almost quit, I almost gave up on it all. I was standing on the ledge ready to fall, but just when I was walking out the door, he whispered something that I never heard before. Not in words but in a feeling deep inside. He said, I never left you, I've been here all this time. I almost quit faith, almost threw it all away. Thought God had abandoned me, left me in the grave. But when I was falling, he was holding me still. When I couldn't feel him, he was working his will. I almost quit faith, couldn't see through the night, but he was in the darkness, being my light. Now I'm standing on the other side of doubt, and I know that he never let me go even when I was out. Looking back now I can see what I couldn't see then, that he was carrying me through my darkest when I thought I was alone, thought I was forsaken, but his grace was there even when my faith was shaking. He didn't answer prayers the way I wanted him to, but he was answering in ways I never knew. He was building character when I wanted comfort. He was growing patience when I wanted a shortcut. He was teaching me to trust him even in the void, to believe not because I see but because he's employed. Every trial, every test, every valley I've been through to shape me into someone who knows his love is true. Not because of feelings or circumstances that align, but because he proved his love when he hung upon that line between heaven and earth, taking all my sin and shame, dying in my place so I could live in Jesus' name. So when I almost quit, he didn't quit on me. When I was ready to walk, he didn't let me leave. He pursued me in my doubt, he chased me in my pain. He proved that his love endures even through the hurricane of questions and confusion that tried to drown my soul. He was the lifeguard pulling me back to the shore, making me whole. And now I understand that faith isn't about the answers we receive. It's about trusting the one who asks us to believe. So I'm here to tell the truth that the church don't always say, that faith is sometimes messy, that we all have losing days when we wonder if it's worth it, if God is even real. But that doesn't make us failures, it makes us human, makes us real. It's okay to have your moments where you wanna quit. It's okay to bring your doubts before the throne and sit in the tension of not knowing, in the mystery of it all. Cause God is big enough to catch you even when you fall. He's not intimidated by your questions or your fear. He's not surprised when you struggle, he just draws you near. And he says, I love you even in your weakest state. My grace is still sufficient, it's never been too late. So if you're where I was, ready to walk away, thinking that your faith has failed you, that there's nothing left to say, let me tell you that the story doesn't end here in the dark. God's not in writing chapters, he's still authoring your heart. I almost quit faith, almost threw it all away. Thought God had abandoned me, left me in a grave. But when I was falling, he was holding me still. When I couldn't feel him, he was working his will. I almost quit faith, couldn't see through the night, but he was in the darkness, being my light. Now I'm standing on the other side of doubt, and I know that he never let me go even when I was out. Yeah, he never let me go when I was ready to quit. He held on tight, I wouldn't let me slip. Through his fingers of grace, through his love that remains, even when I almost quit.